We got another 5 from the Outcasted Gamer. It says, who's the strongest character Sanji beats?
Blackbeard. I said what I said. Blackbeard. What Goro gonna do? I could regenerate. You're not faster than me. I hit hard, bro. I ain't got no devil fruit. Think that Yami gonna do? I could fly. I got everything I need to beat Blackbeard. Show you right.
Katakuri.
That's disrespectful. That is disrespectful. You said this before, and it's so disrespectful each time, bro.
I'm standing on it. I want to go Lucci, just because I think Lucci's also stronger than Cat, probably, but...
What?
That is, again,
crazy, Sebastian.
He's stronger than Cat, but, like, what, a couple episodes ago, Lucci couldn't beat Queen.
Yeah, seriously.
You remember that? You see the inconsistencies? You're tapped out, bro.
Queen go crazy.
What's saying, Marco?
Yo, low-key, I like that pick.
Quality pick.
I just don't know if he could put him down.
That's the only thing I'm like actually struggling with.
Yeah, I don't think he could put him down.
I feel like me and Lionel's picks are valid. I feel like your pick is disrespectful.
Yours is not valid at all. What are you talking about?
Katakuri? Sanji can't beat Katakuri?
So you're saying Katakuri can't beat Queen?
It's debatable.
Katakuri can't beat Queen. What are you talking about?
See?
I said it's debatable. I say he can.
There's no way you believe that, Sebastian.
What does Queen have that can put down Katakuri?
Sebastian, bro, you're going to give me an aneurysm, bro. Stop doing this, bro.
Queen versatile, bro.
You're a hater, bro.
A little bit. Just a little bit. I said what I said because you said what you said. But
he could just dodge it with his future sight. Or you could just make a Mochi clone type of thing that turns the ice in his eye.
Or you can just put up a wall.
Yeah. Or punch him in his face before he does it.
He gonna be like, oh, you trying to release a virus? What makes you think I would let you do that? The same way he did, hey, you're gonna use G4? What makes you think I would do that?
Yo, seriously. He has awakening, bro, Sebastian.
Yo, his future sight ain't all that, bro. I've seen Sanji sauce it already.
What do you mean sauce it? He dodged it that one time, that was it?
Only got to mess up once.
He's also said that Cat would beat King in due time because of Conqueror's Haki. He said that like last episode.
Yeah.
But yet Cat would lose to Queen.
I say he could. The same way you just said Sanji could beat Blackbeard, bro.
Yo, but there's actual evidence.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't. Sanji getting packed, bro. That's my favorite character. He getting packed. Mid-diff max by Blackbeard. Absolute max. Absolute max Blackbeard would go versus Sanji. Is mid-diff.
He not even gonna touch Sanji, bro.
Oh my god.
Like, Sanji's so fast in comparison to Blackbeard.
If this is how you believe, then why was me saying that Sanji would beat Katakuri so crazy then?
Because
if he's so fast that Blackbeard can't react and can't do nothing and he would just slam him, why is he not too fast for Cat?
What does Blackbeard have that Cat?
Hacks!
So what does Cat have that Blackbeard doesn't have?
An awakened special paramecia or whatever.
Okay, what else?
Conqueror's Haki.
What else?
Future sight.
Okay.
Bro.
So that immediately makes you more difficult to fight.
All of that
what
stuff.
The hell?
All that stuff was beatable by Luffy 6 power-ups ago.
Actually, you didn't beat Luffy.
6 power-ups
ago. You didn't beat Luffy though.
At the minimum, they went extreme diff. So 6 power-ups ago. That all wasn't enough.
Bastion,
I hate this.
6.
Bastion,
I hate
6
it.
whole power-ups.
Let me ask you something. Everything that Luffy did not Cat just start adapting to Luffy's fighting style? That Luffy became more harder and harder to beat Cat? Did that not happen? Blackbeard is slower.
Bro, who harder? Blackbeard or Gear 4 Luffy? Who can take away Katakuri's Devil Fruit entirely?
If you can let him do it.
He got to make contact, whatever.
Yeah, Katakuri can literally prevent that from happening.
Bro.
Katakuri doesn't even have to touch him.
Yeah. Or you can remember his awakening Mochi's punches.
What does Cat even have that you are confident would knock Blackbeard clean out? What attack? What move does he have that you would be like, oh yeah, Blackbeard's going to be knocked out from this?
Bastion, I'm talking about over a series of time. Blackbeard's not taking out Katakuri in 1 hit or 2 hits. That's not happening.
I'm going to tell you this now.
It's not.
It's definitely more likely that Sanji can beat Katakuri than it is that Katakuri can beat Blackbeard. Like, it's not even, it's crazy that y'all think otherwise. It's absolutely crazy that y'all think otherwise. Legit.
Yo, bro, what are you saying, bro? One, he has a Mochi ability. The Goro might not even be able to phase him because it's Mochi. The same way we suspect that the Goro might not even phase Luffy because he's rubber. The Goro might get a little canceled out if it ain't got strong enough Haki attached to it. Yo, you gonna Goro bet, yo. Here's a Mochi wall. Get through that first, because I know that the Goro wasn't able to penetrate the steel walls of Marine Ford. Damn, you gonna do the Yami? That's crazy. You know what? Let me throw a little donut in the air and just punch you in the face. because I'm not gonna allow you to do that because I'm gonna see it before you do it. You think Blackbeard gonna be as fast as like G4 Luffy on?
I don't even think he needs
Sebastian,
to.
but you forget
He don't need to.
Sebastian.
No.
Sebastian.
He don't
I don't
need
think
to.
he needs to.
Sebastian, is there a question, for instance? You said that Blackbeard can stop Katakuri, right? With his quake. But we all acknowledge that Blackbeard has to touch Katakuri to do that, right? Even with his abilities there, his darkness won't still affect him because we saw with Aokiji. If that was true, then he could just do, with the ice, he could just do his blackness to stop his ability from happening. Blackness so far shows that even if Katakuri does his awakening form, his darkness won't really do a factor on his awakening. But didn't we not see that before Luffy go Gear 4, that Katakuri kind of stopped Luffy from doing it? Can Katakuri not do the same thing to Blackbeard? Before he could do Quake, before he could do Darkness, wrapped around his awakening Mochi to stop Blackbeard from doing his forms and doing and start going in on
So
him.
once Katakuri uses awakening to try to grab Blackbeard or smother him or punch him or whatever, and Blackbeard decides to use his Yami to negate the Devil Fruit entirely, what happens then?
What do you mean?
He can suck up and absorb and take in Mochi at any rate. The same way he took in Ace's Flames,
So
the
is he
same way
gonna
he
take
took
out the
in...
whole island?
He sunk, what, Banaro, whatever it's called, the island
Yeah.
for Ace in, he sucked up that whole town.
But did not that
Okay.
take time?
I'm saying,
But
if
Katakuri could do the island if he wants.
I asked y'all, what would Katakuri's response be to Blackbeard absorbing the Mochi into the darkness?
What does that mean, Sebastian?
You're saying
Because we've seen him do the buildings. For sure. We've seen that. Katakuri could do just more than buildings.
Sure. What I'm saying is, we know that Blackbeard can absorb the Devil Fruits into his darkness. He can absorb and suck Katakuri towards him. Katakuri can counter if he needs to, whatever. I'm not saying he can't. What I'm saying is, once he's actually touched, because y'all are basically saying that he's going to go through this entire fight without getting touched by Blackbeard one time, which to me is absolutely insane.
It's possible.
It's
It's
insane. That's absolutely
immediately
insane.
it's
possible.
absolutely
Why
insane.
would
It's
it be
absolutely
possible?
insane, bro.
Because Katakuri can keep his distance, while Blackbeard has to stay.
And Blackbeard can draw Katakuri towards him. This
If
isn't
he lets him,
Sanji.
though.
Because you're just arguing the matchup about he can't pull Katakuri towards him. He can't pull
That's
Sanji
one-
towards him.
that's one aspect.
He can pull Katakuri towards him. He
Okay.
can also throw the entire equilibrium off at any time using the Guruguru no Mi. You guys believe that he can go this entire fight and put Blackbeard down without getting touched by Blackbeard and the Yami Yami no Mi one time?
Yeah.
I will never believe that.
Okay, so is Blackbeard faster or quicker or more reactive than Luffy at Whole Cake?
I'm saying he doesn't need to be. Because unlike Luffy at Whole Cake, he can negate Katakuri's Devil Fruit
Okay.
entirely.
Oh, you're absolutely
You get
right.
what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right.
He also hits harder than Luffy at Whole Cake. I can negate your capabilities. And I hit harder than the dude that hit you to put you down. I'll acknowledge that the
Okay.
Luffy put down is a stretch saying it in that way. But I hit harder than that. I can take away what you have in your bag that allows you to be as effective as you can be. And I hit harder than the dude that I've seen hit you and do damage.
That's debatable.
Hold on. You're saying this as if Blackbeard's gonna get the Yami off.
Why wouldn't he?
Because Katakuri is, one, faster than Blackbeard. Two, he has future sight, so he's going to preemptive strike him before he actually does it. Katakuri has shown that when Luffy was going to go Gear 4, he said, why would I let you transform? If he knows this is going to happen, he's not going to let Blackbeard get that off. If Blackbeard can hit harder, if Blackbeard can use the Yami to nullify his abilities, he would first have to perform the action. So you're saying to me, if Blackbeard's not faster than Luffy, he's not quicker than Luffy, he doesn't have reaction time of Luffy, and he doesn't have the future sight that Katakuri has, then how does he get those things off?
One, I don't like to use this as the part of the argument because we've come to the terms that it's touching, right? But if Blackbeard was to spread his Yami Yami out throughout the entire battlefield like he did at Banaro Island and suck up the stuff, would that negate Katakuri's Devil Fruit or no? I'm legitimately asking because I don't know the answer.
In my opinion, if he does that and Katakuri says, oh, I couldn't stop him from doing that, Katakuri goes, I'm going to do my awakening, and since I have Conqueror's Haki, I can instill it the same way Doflamingo added Haki into his awakening.
You're
for
giving
me-
Katakuri an ability that we haven't seen him do on panel for real.
He's used his awakening with Haki.
We've never seen him use it with Conqueror's Haki the way you just said, though.
Even if so, it's like, and you're right, it comes down to, okay, so now who has the strongest Haki involving with their Devil Fruit at that point?
That comes down to how you feel about
And-
Blackbeard or whether you think he's a Conqueror or not, which I'm not mad at that.
And I gotta go with Cat because he has the Conqueror's Haki.
Sebastian, I'm gonna say no, that Blackbeard can't do it because there's been many scenes where there's, for instance, Boy Hancock with the stone, Aokiji OKG with ice. And I think
Absolutely.
even Ace, when the Ace put the flames on the floor, that Blackbeard itself couldn't take out the flames or the ice or the stones. The only time Blackbeard was able to do it when the flames were actually on Blackbeard himself, then Blackbeard took the flames away. Then Ace would notice he did that. Again, it was touching him. But every time it wasn't touching Blackbeard, it was just on the ground, Blackbeard couldn't do anything. That's why he had the Rayleigh had to intervene.
And he still suffered the burns from Ace's flames.
Yeah. And he had to ask Okiji to unfreeze them.
Y'all gonna think it's disrespectful. I also don't think Katakuri hits hard enough to knock Blackbeard out. But that's me. I haven't seen nothing from him that would tell me he's knocking Blackbeard out. Well, I know for a fact Blackbeard can put that man. We can move on,
that's also
bro.
debatable because Boom did Luffy close to being knocked out multiple times throughout that fight. And he also did knock Luffy out eventually during that fight.
Great.
And he takes double damage, so how can I not say Katakuri can't do that?
Thank you. Yeah, Blackbeard is pretty durable. There's no doubt about it. But does he have the endurance to last in a long-standing fight?
That remains to be seen. That's fair.
Yo, I've never seen him last for days. I've never
does
heard him
he
last for
need
days. I've never
to
seen
win
him.
this fight?
I've never seen him in a fight that
he
he had to take that long to fight somebody. Just because the odds have always been in his favor, or he's just jumped somebody. And I've seen him just get one shot by Magellan. There's times where Blackbeard just has not been on par with most people that he's fought.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. At the max, it's Ace versus Blackbeard all over again, but at a higher level.
Bash, I want to ask you something.
That's literally all it is. That's all it is. That's literally all it is.
I want to ask you something.
And it's probably worse. It's probably worse.
But you believe that you said that Luffy beat Katakuri, right?
Yeah.
But are you not forgetting that Katakuri also stabbed himself and also let Luffy kind of no. These are things happen. No, Katakuri showed Luffy respect that he let him stab himself. Then over time, Katakuri just got tired, not of fatigue or whatever. They became friends. Katakuri became friends. Now give it a different fight,
because he's just gonna counter you with Luffy also being weak.
Luffy got stabbed himself.
Yeah, but that's by the opponent he's fighting.
No. Luffy only got stabbed because of the sister. 2, Luffy also got pummeled like 100+ times after that stabbing that Katakuri also conveniently never replicated on himself.
Hold on.
3, I don't even have to get into the fact that Luffy closed his eyes mid-fight and still sauced that boy. We can get into it, bro.
Yeah, that was future sight being used.
Yo, I'm saying
you can't use that as an elevation to.
But what I'm saying is, I've seen this dude struggle to land on a dude who was developing a devil future sight.
That's more than what Blackbeard has.
My point was the way that Luffy won. All that was circumstantial. All that how he won wasn't off every other fight that he fought.
All I'm saying is that Blackbeard has more win conditions than Katakuri does.
How so?
I don't believe Katakuri hits hard enough to KO Blackbeard for real. I don't.
That's the only thing you said that's probably legitimate.
And like I said, the win conditions. I asked y'all don't think he'll land a Yami touch on Katakuri even once?
No.
Even one time?
No.
I can't envision that these two dudes are fighting each other and this man never even gets the chance to touch Katakuri one time. That's what y'all are telling me.
Bastion, what's faster, Bowman Luffy or Blackbeard?
Bowman.
Because you realized Luffy did not touch Katakuri at all in Bowman until Katakuri lost his cool when he went to go on his snack break. That's the only time that Bowman caught Luffy.
And not only that, Katakuri outsped him in Snake Man.
Yeah.
Here's what you got, right? You've presented the most valid argument was, can Katakuri beat him down? That's it. Does he have enough pop? But other than that, you haven't responded to if he's quicker than him.
I said he doesn't need to be, because he can counter his Delph. The things that make Katakuri able to move at that speed is the future sight and how he utilizes his Delph Fruit. Yeah. If he can't utilize his Delph Fruit in the same way, his speed isn't the same. So it's just not.
Blackbeard has to do what in order to stop him from using his Yami? Okay, but if future sight is being used by Cat and he goes, yo, I'm not going to allow you to do that. Why wouldn't he just stop Blackbeard from doing that?
Future sight isn't this end-all, be-all where he's impervious to being touched now. That's not the case.
But if one person has future sight and is developing it in a fight, it proves that like now you can fight on par. But if the other person doesn't have it, Sebastian, then he gets treated.
Does Big Mom have future sight? Because no, she doesn't. We've never seen any examples of Big Mom utilizing future sight. We saw her fighting Kaido. We saw her fighting Luffy. She can fight dudes that have future sight. She literally asked Katakuri what was about to happen in the future because she couldn't see it in the future. You don't need future sight to be a top tier, bro. I'm sorry.
Future sight at different levels is definitely acceptable. She also saw Zoro and said, Kaido, dodge.
That's not future sight. It's not future sight. We didn't see.
So what was Akaino using versus Marco and Beast?
To me, that was future sight.
It's different.
No, it's different. You can identify that an attack would be capable of hurting somebody. If Big Mom had seen the attack land on Kaido in a panel and went, yo, Kaido, watch out because this is going to happen to you. That's different. Okay. She identified that this attack could be a potential problem for Kaido and said dodge. It's not the same as future sight.
You know what? I'm not even going to argue it because I agree to disagree. But you can't tell me if one person is slow moving, always gets hit first, Haki is most likely not better than Cats at all. And you're just saying because he has the Yami and because he has the Gura that it's been shown Katakuri has said to somebody else, I'm not going to let you use your Devil Fruit power. Why would I let you do that? You can't tell me that he's just going to magically get the Yami off. That's not
magic,
possible.
bro. It's not magic.
He's not equipped in order to stop Cat from doing that to him.
Sebastian,
He's not.
And you're wrong.
What can he do that's going to stop Cat from doing that to him? Realistically, if he's not quicker, not faster, doesn't have reaction time, doesn't have the future sight, and Cat is known for doing this to people.
I've said my reasonings like 6-7 times. I say it every time.
That he's just gonna get it
the
off.
Hacks!
Sebastian.
The hacks that he has on his side is way crazy, bro.
Sebastian, you can't use hacks if it's not able to get off.
He's getting it off.
How is he getting it off?
Sebastian.
He does what? Liberation? Or he does the Yami on the floor?
I don't know what it's called. Vortex can suck Cat in. Liberation can.
What does he have to do in order to do that, Seb?
Turn the Yami on in his hand.
Okay.
And make contact with him.
Okay, but if Cat is in a calm state and he sees that Blackbeard's gonna do that in his mind because he could do it before Blackbeard could even think that he's gonna do it, then what's gonna happen?
So now Cat would have to go, I can't even get close quarters with this dude. I have to spam every single attack from a distance. Otherwise, I can be absorbed into this darkness and not be able to utilize my Devil Fruit.
And that's fine.
And he has Awakening. He has the donut things to throw out. I'm saying none of that's enough. Blackbeard can counter all of that using his Gura no Mi. He can counter that using the Vortex. He can counter it using Liberation. He can counter it using his Devil Fruit's axes, bro.
Okay, so you're saying that if Cat has to do all those things to stay away from Blackbeard, meanwhile, Blackbeard's not able to get Vortex off, it just comes down to the point, can Blackbeard get pummeled and be okay after hours and then Cat just gets tired?
I don't think it comes down to that personally, but...
What are we talking about?
Basically,
You're just saying that he's going to get this off no matter what, and we're saying, yo, there's counters to all of it. There's counters to it, bro. And he just doesn't have it.
And I have some rebuttals for you, actually. Because one, Luffy never faced Big Mom after he got Future Sight. And also you go by the prison thing. That's the only times, but it wasn't really an actual fight. Big Mom and Kaido didn't only show Future Sight until the later on with his fight with Luffy. Now, the times he's talking about with Future Sight, the only time they show that for you to counter Future Sight is you have to be as fast or faster than the person just doing the Future Sight against you. Because Luffy said that with Kaido. Luffy used Future Sight in everything. And he barely dodged it. He said that. I used Future Sight in everything, but I barely dodged because Kaido just moved that fast to counter that. And secondly, do you remember when Luffy was in base? And I'm not just talking about when Luffy tried to go get forward. When Luffy tried to do a punch, Katakuri hit his shoulder. Katakuri hit a certain punch or was part of his body. Luffy couldn't even throw a punch because Katakuri was literally stopping him from making a movement. Katakuri could do that to Blackbeard. The only reason why I helped Luffy was Luffy kept on moving around and making himself agile in those moments.
But you're arguing how Luffy fights versus how Blackbeard will fight. If I swing and try to hit your arm and Blackbeard goes, Yami. I'm coding myself with the Yami. No matter what you do, the Yami is going to play a factor. Like, y'all want the Yami not to play a factor in the fight. It's not possible, bro.
Sebastian.
It's not possible.
He has to be able to activate it, bro.
Yo, bro. I don't know what y'all think. Plus, wait, if he tried to smother Blackbeard the way he tried to smother Luffy, Yami. I'm literally absorbing all the Mochi. Now I have to switch it up. I have to do something else.
That's
this is my point. What made him versatile, what made him effective against Luffy is not going to work the same against Blackbeard because if I throw these things at you, I can then use the Yami to negate your fruit entirely.
Sebastian, you keep saying that he'll just use the Yami, but if Katakuri
y'all saying he's too fast. It's not true.
If Katakuri is faster, if Katakuri has Future Sight, if Katakuri has better reaction speed, if Katakuri is more mobile, then you can't tell me that Katakuri is not going to land first on a person who gets landed on 90% of the time in the show by everybody. Then you're telling me that, one, Katakuri is able to detect that you're going to use something. He says to himself, I see that you're going to use that. I know what's going to happen to me. I'm not going to let you use it. Why would he do that to Luffy when Luffy is more mobile? Luffy is quicker. Luffy has the Future Sight being developed. Luffy also has the mobility to dodge most of Katakuri's attacks. All of those things play a factor. So if Blackbeard doesn't have any of those stuff, regardless if he's a Yonko, regardless if the Goro is powerful, at the end of the day, if I'm not letting you get your shots off, you're getting pegged, bro.
So how come Katakuri doesn't beat Big Mom then? Because he's faster than her, he has Future Sight, she doesn't. Apparently the hacks doesn't matter. None of that matters.
Because why? Big Mom has way better durability than Blackbeard. She has way better arsenal in her kit. And also, she has the ability of Conqueror's Haki. Yeah. She also has Observation that's going to be better than Blackbeard.
We don't even know that. We don't even know that.
She has, hold on, she also has stronger armament than Katakuri. Yeah. You're telling me that Big Mom has all these things that are better than Blackbeard Blackbeard, but somehow she's not supposed to get past Katakuri.
Based off what y'all are saying, all of that shouldn't be enough to negate or deal with Katakuri's future sight, his speed advantage. Oh, I can't say Haki.
Blackbeard's outmatched, bro. The only thing he's not outmatched in is the Devil Fruit abilities. But if he's not able to use it, there's no point. You've been in boxing. If I'm not able to throw my best punch because you neutralize it, how great of a fighter am I?
But the difference is they can both do that. And the difference is that the secondary thing that he'll have to rely on for both of them, Blackbeard has the advantage. That's the difference that y'all aren't accepting. Y'all literally are trying to tell me that Katakuri can go through a fight, defeat Blackbeard without getting touched one time using the Yami Yami. I can't get there, bro. The burden of proof is on y'all for that. I'm sorry.
And that's fair.
I can't get there.
And if he does touch
him and lands, and now that that's over, now it's Gura time, and I can try to use Future Sight to dodge in the pocket, maybe? But guess what, bro? We all know once he's caught, the fight's over.
No, it's not.
No, that's not.
That's not true. No, it's not.
All right, man.
And because now you're saying that a first commander is going to get taken out by the Gura when the Gura has only been used one time on a Vice Admiral Giant
it's not
that
true,
actually
Larry.
took one person out.
It's not on panel, but the Gura has taken out a first commander literally in the canon. That is a factual thing that's happened in canon. And it happened like a year ago.
So was that 2 shots? Was that 3 shots? Was that 4 shots?
Who knows?
Exactly.
But the point is, once the Gura starts landing, the fight's probably over. These dudes aren't Yonkos.
Blackbeard is a different Yonko. He's not the same Yonko level as Kaido, Whitebeard, Shinji.
And I'm telling you, he doesn't need to be to defeat first commanders. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. He does not need to be that to defeat Katakuri. He doesn't need to be that to defeat Marco. He doesn't need to be that to defeat Sanji's and Zoro's. He doesn't need to be that for that.
Who has better hockey, Law or Cat?
Cat.
Yo, and this dude with the Gura was at a stalemate with Law.
Oh my God, bro. I can't, man.
Again.
No named attack versus an awakening, but whatever, yo.
But you're saying the Goro goes all this. If the Goro goes all this, it shouldn't have been anything.
It's an awakened attack, though, from Law.
Oh my God, bro.
Y'all can believe what y'all believe. I'm gonna believe logic. And I know, for a fact.
Logic? We just gave you a stat sheet of what Blackbeard doesn't have and what Katakuri has shown and does have.
You really
and
did?
all you said was, yo, all I have against me is that I don't know when Kat is going to be able to put him down or if he's going to be able to put him down because there's no pop.
And
that's valid.
No, all you really did.
That's a valid point.
All you really did was say, hey, I've seen this one guy fight to his apex on panel versus the main character, and I've never seen Blackbeard fight at his apex elongated ever. Every single time it's been off panel, it's been off screen, it's been whatever. I've never seen Blackbeard fight to his apex. It's true. Whether y'all want to acknowledge it or not, it's true. You've never seen Blackbeard go absolutely all out using all of his abilities, hockey, whatever. You've never seen it.
Oh, my bad. We never seen Ace versus Blackbeard.
We didn't. We saw literally.
We never saw that.
Larry, how many panels of that fight did we see?
Dude definitely used hockey in the fight.
No, Larry, you're telling me we saw the entirety of Ace versus Blackbeard?
I saw him use his apex.
No.
I saw him
and again, think
be
about what
able
you're
to
saying.
fight.
Think about what you're saying. You're saying we saw the apex of what
I would have
Blackbeard
been able to see it against Magellan if he didn't get one shot.
You're telling me we saw
I would have been able to see it against Kaino if he didn't run away from him.
Cool. That's fine.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen to what you're saying. 2 years ago, we saw a dude who had one less Devil Fruit fight a guy on panel that got mostly skipped, mostly off-paneled. But I'm comparing him and everything I believe he can do versus what I saw this guy do versus the main character.
Sebastian.
That's what y'all are explaining to me. And again, I was beating first commanders a year ago.
Sebastian, and you know what's funny about that? Who would Marco have with him? How efficient is Marco? Does Marco have Conqueror's Haki? No. Does Marco have an awakening? Does Marco have future sight to the degree that Cat has? Like you're talking about 2 different first commanders first overall. Yeah. You're talking about 2 completely different fights, and also Blackbeard was fighting with his entire crew.
But Marco had his entire crew.
Marco had a crew of who? One-armed Jozu and Beast?
Everybody who was down to fight with him. Blackbeard didn't have Aokiji.
What are you talking about, dog? We're literally saying, yo, if Blackbeard doesn't have this, and Katakuri has all of this, and Katakuri has shown that he will stop you from using your Devil Fruit, then how does Blackbeard overall get off the fight? And you're saying, well, he's going to eventually get off one Yami. And I'm like, okay, when he uses the Yami, he uses the Gura. Is the Gura going to take him out? Most likely not. Okay,
Most likely, yes.
He one-shotting Cat with the Gura?
No, he doesn't need to one-shot him. If I grab you by the arm and I decide to tee off now I'm teeing off.
When has he ever teed off? When has anybody ever used the Gura and teed off with the Gura?
Yeah, seriously.
When?
So now Blackbeard absolutely can't throw combinations. It's not fair and reasonable to expect that Blackbeard can throw a combination punch.
No, you can't. Why?
I can't reasonably expect
why?
Blackbeard
You wanna know why,
to throw a
Sebastian?
punch.
Wanna know why? Because it's just the quake. You're losing footing. It's physically impossible for you to do a quake that is not going to affect your own terrain.
We've always seen this used in one shots. That's it. It's every single time it's been used, Sebastian, it's been one shot. There's never been one person with the Goro that said, all right, let me Gatling gun with the Goro. No, dog. The Goro has literally only taken one person out one time. That was a vice admiral, which we know don't go that hard. And it was that one to everybody else. Law stopped it. Akainu stopped it. Blackbeard took it to the face and stopped it. There has not been more than one time that one person has used it one shot and took out a person immediately. That's it. Never in the entire series. So you're telling me a first commander who has Future Sight, because the Future Sight, remember, Future Sight can't be taken out because of the Yami. So if anything, he could probably just dodge the Gura.
Or block it.
Or block it.
With Haki.
But again, with his Haki, because who has the stronger Haki? At this point in the series, who has the stronger Haki? The person without Conquerors or the person with Conquerors? And we're not talking Dofi Conquerors, right? We're not saying, yo, I'm a Yonko, I'm probably weaker than Jack or Cracker. No, we're talking like we are relatively close. We don't even know if Blackbeard could beat an Admiral. But Admirals and First Commanders are closer than First Commanders and Yonkos.
And kind of taking Haki's whole body, bro.
I'm going to just read a quote real quick for y'all. Y'all be forgetting.
And when you quote this, make sure you add everything else that it takes to be a Yonko.
I'm going to quote it.
Quote it, because it's unreasonable to say this.
It says, from the Gorosei,
the people that usually fail every day.
He is a frontrunner. There's no historical precedent for a man who eats 2 devil fruits. Only the remaining 4 emperors themselves could possibly defeat him. Not stop him from becoming Yonko, not prevent him from achieving his goals, defeat him. Beat this man in a fight. Not the Yonkos and their first commanders, not the Yonkos and their strongest kids, not the revolutionaries or whatever. Only the Yonko could possibly do it. Y'all want me to take that and be like, oh, well, maybe some guy Luffy fights in a couple years will be able to do it too, even though he not a Yonko. Even though when his mom got defeated or whatever, they didn't put his name in any sort of potential Yonko seats. They didn't do that. I'm not even getting to the Marco element there. I'm sorry, bruh.
So you're just gonna take Gorosei's who
they're some of the strongest people in the series.
So, but difference, do they know everything? Do they know how strong Cat is? Do they know how strong certain people are? No. They're just going by, all right.
The point is, the point I'm trying to make with this is the author telling us this. Through the Gorosei. Is it not?
Did they not just say, some people just say that Jack is Kaido's right-hand man? Is that not the author? Because that's from the manga. Didn't people say that?
It's crazy that you come down to now relying on other people to say
I scale
why
with the
Blackbeard would be
narrative.
strong.
This is a part of the narrative. This is a part of it.
We're obviously arguing outside of the narrative,
yeah,
Sebastian.
Why?
No, Bastion, didn't Blackbeard...
What do you mean why?
Bastion,
We're having a fight that's not going to happen in the show.
Bastion, did they also mention about Logias relying too much on the devil? They're actually too weak to get hit by normal attacks? Yeah, we see 2 Logias fight for 10 days, or Ace fight for 5 days. That's a non-Logia user, but Jinbei. They said Logias are so used to using their ability that they don't get hit for a while, so they're weaker. Yeah, we've seen Logias fight the ones who were fighting for 5 days and 10. We saw Aokiji fight Garp and taking garbage punches. And we know how hard he hits. So is that fact? Blackbeard said it. He's a reliable person, right? We're going off the manga's telling us, right? Again, these are just people saying their thoughts. We know for a fact thoughts could be wrong. That's their interpretation of what they perceive what's going on in the world. Doesn't mean that's a fact. We know that for a fact with the world government, how they twist things. So is the world government saying history now? Everything they're saying is fact? Or they twist things by their own manipulation, trying to give you information that know that's not true?
If you want to talk about like what people be saying too, if Rayleigh go up to Blackbeard and he goes, yo, come on, dog, put her down or it's going to be a beatdown. And then Blackbeard goes, yo, you know what, yo, let me dip because I'm not stronger than old man Rayleigh.
My God.
So now his confidence is in jeopardy, and it screams even further that his observation Haki is not there to determine if he's stronger than him or not.
You're not accounting for any context. Blackbeard already had his entire crew frozen. I'm basically saying if I fight this dude, even if I win, I'm leaving here with nothing. I'm leaving here with no crewmates. I'm leaving here down 2 devil fruits that I've stolen.
You mean after he said that it would be worth it?
No.
He literally said to himself like, yo, you know what? I'll give up those 2 crewmates to like take her devil fruit.
That's not what happened. He said he didn't trust her to put up her end of the bargain and free the people. That's what he said. He didn't say, screw it. Whatever, yo, yeah. The world knows I'm right.
The only people that think you're right are the people that they don't know One Piece.
No, bro. We scale with the narrative and canon feats. Everything in this story will tell you that Blackbeard can be the first commander right now. Other than the fact that we don't see him fight that often. That's literally your only argument, is that we don't be seeing the dude fight.
No, that wasn't the argument. The argument was that he doesn't have future sight and he gets hit all the time. We've literally used narration to our argument.
He might even have future sight. We don't see the dude fight enough to know.
Okay.
We also know that he jump speed when his fights.
So what?
You see all his fights, we haven't seen Blackbeard go all out, but we also know all the times we saw him in fights, he's either doing shady stuff or he's jumping people. He jumped Whitebeard. He jumped Law. It's fair and hard to say that Blackbeard is actually, like, he's a pirate. And also Blackbeard showed cowardice multiple times. These are his characteristics. So we're putting his characteristics, how he fights in the narrative. From a narrative, that's what he does. So for Apex, we already seen like he might tell your crew, jump in. It's not a one-on-one.
You know what's crazy? I feel like you like to speak on narration so much, but you mischaracterize Blackbeard and what his narration speaks to all the time. You believe that he's this bigger figure than he is to himself.
No, I don't.
Because every time he's gone and done something, he's tend to look like a genius until a certain point. When things get too real, he gets bodied. When things get to a certain point,
and then he
loses out.
And then
he somehow gains something in return because the story requires him to. But every time he's actually gone and fought somebody that was just too much for him, he didn't fight them. If he needed to fight somebody, he jumped them. It's always in his favor.
That's fine.
There's no favor here with him and Cat.
That's fine. The favor is that I'm stronger than you. That's the favor. The favor is that he's stronger than him.
Okay.
If Blackbeard went into this fight with Katakuri, there's no like, I might not win this. That's not even a thought to him.
You don't know that.
I know that. I know that.
So who do you think is a better fighter? Like overall, who could throw their hands better?
I'll go Cat. I'll say it 1,000 times. It's the hacks.
Okay, so who do you think has more endurance?
So Blackbeard take that Yami to the face. I mean, the girl to the face.
That's cool. How long can he last in a fight more than Blackbeard?
And it's an unnamed attack, but okay.
No, I'm just naming simple stuff because this is what it is. It's simple stuff. These are all factors. Because if we're in a boxing ring and I'm fighting somebody that's 350 and can bench 315,
this is my problem.
And I'm a better boxer, I have better conditioning, I'm going to whoop that dude.
Larry, this is all fine.
That's how
this up,
fights
and
work.
this is what I wanted to bring up the last stream we had regarding this, and we can end it here. Y'all have to be consistent. When we had the conversation about how strong is Ben then, you said you had Ben over Blackbeard. When I have seen absolutely nothing from Ben on panel, there's nothing narratively that would suggest that he's Yonko level, none of that. But you still had no problem saying Ben over Blackbeard. Why can you debate narrative then in those situations when it's convenient for you, for the characters that you like more than other characters, and in situations like this, I can't use it. I don't get that. Because had him rated over Blackbeard strength-wise, based off nothing but narrative and the fact that he took Kid's arm. I've also had a conversation with you about that Ace was stronger than Kid. And Blackbeard defeated Ace a whole 2 years and a half ago. Pre-Gura just got the Yami a couple weeks ago. If Ace is defeating Kid, in your opinion, on this power scale, he's stronger than Kid. But Kid lost his arm to Ben. Who knows if he was awakened at the time? Yeah. Who knows if he had even any developed Haki at the time when he lost his arm to Ben Beckman? Probably a year plus ago, whatever. Blackbeard's defeating dudes who you think are stronger than Kid already 4 power-ups ago, 2.5 years ago. I'm cleared that level. And that's the strongest thing we've seen or heard of Ben. And again, if you want to argue the narrative, cool, but you can't use no narrative or just going off panel feats and what you can do on panel and what you believe on that, and then going all narrative on this side. I'm asking for the consistency. Can't be half pregnant. Either you're going to be, it's all panels all the time, and until you do something, it's nothing. I gotta
be fully pregnant.
Yo, yes, it's either it's all panel feats and nothing else matters to you, or in your case, it's all narrative. You've also said Ben over Cat. I don't know how you could get there based off of everything I've heard today. Everything I've heard every time I got argued Cat. I don't know how you can say Ben over Cat other than I'm Shanks' best friend and I'm on his crew. I'm connected to this guy who's super strong. There's nothing. There's literally nothing here.
All right. So if I remember correctly, the whole Ben conversation was because somebody brought up Ben, which I didn't believe should be in top 20 anyway.
But where did you rank him?
No, hold on. And I said narration-wise, where I think Ben should be currently right now should be above Blackbeard and should be above Cat because how relatively close they should be to Shanks and because they have more story to be fleshed out in the story. But we're talking about something that's out of narration. I would have never put Ben on top 20 ever. Alive right now, no. I would never put Ben because there's nothing there. The same way I wouldn't have put Dragon there. So to use that argument is crazy because you know me. I'm with a group of fellas trying to figure out how narration is going to work eventually in the show. And somebody happened to be like, yo, let me prove a point and put Ben there because everybody now has to prove it. I would have gave Ben nothing. And he would have dropped down to like not even top 20.
Alright then.
And you want to talk about consistency? You literally just said that Queen would beat Cat, but Lucci would beat Queen.
I've said before that I think all the first commanders are relative. If I said Queen over Lucci or Queen over Cat,
listen,
it was trouble.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
But,
I know you're looking at chat. I know you're seeing some people that is agreeing with you, but I promise you, bro. As always, you guys are wrong, bro. I'm saying it's wrong right now for those that do not like to listen because they have fan favorites.
No,
it's wrong right now, but it's going to be right much later.
So hold on.
Oh
so
my God, it's gonna be right.
If Blackbeard has a shelled out fight where he doesn't get any power ups, he's literally the same dude he is right now, but fights a guy on panel and then showcases all that he can do, and he's very clearly over Cat.
What kind of question is that? That's such a manipulative question.
No, but what I'm saying is all Blackbeard would have to do is have an elongated fight on panel to showcase all that he can do for you to be like, oh, okay.
Okay, so
he would beat Cat's ass.
So who's he fighting? Does that person have future sight the way that Cat has it? Does
It
that
could-
person
it
have
could be
Conqueror's
Luffy.
Haki?
It could be whoever. My point is, we haven't seen the dude fight for real.
Sebastian, you're literally saying nonsense.
Oh
You're saying that all of a sudden Blackbeard is going to be able to accomplish these great feats against a person that we have no idea who has what. That doesn't matter. He could fight, cool, you could fight, bro, but can you fight people that are like Cat and like Luffy? If not, and you're just fighting just to fight and we see your kit, cool, I seen what you could do. But you still can't bypass future sight because you don't have it. You still don't have mobility, so you can't land shots on me.
I'm done, bro.
You don't need future sight to what?
To bypass future sight. You don't.
You need to be quick then.
Sure. Or you can have hacks, bro.
Hold on. Or you can have mobility.
Or you can have, I've said it 1,000 times, or you can have hacks, bro.
But
if I hit way harder than you,
okay,
I have an ability to negate what your ability allows you to do. The way you utilize your future sight is by dodging attacks 9 times out of 10.
Okay.
But I can, and the way you dodge attacks is by utilizing your devil fruit. If I can stop you from utilizing your devil fruit, I'm now negating your use of future sight.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay, so if future sight is used because this person continuously takes hits first, and somehow, some way, Blackbeard's not able to use Vortex because Katakuri doesn't allow him to, which is the same question we've gone back again to.
He don't even
how does he get those things off? It's the same question we've asked since the very beginning 30 minutes ago. How does he get it off if Katakuri stops him?
Using the hacks devil fruits that he has.
Okay, but you can't use them if you're not able to. But you're not able to use them though. If I'm stopping you from using them, you can't use them.
I don't believe he can stop him from using them. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The way that Katakuri has stopped Luffy from using his devil fruits was by making physical contact with him. By hitting him.
Okay, so when Blackbeard takes away somebody's devil fruit power, how does he have to do it?
He makes physical contact with them the same way Katakuri took away Luffy's.
Does he do it with his shoulder? Does he do it with his elbow?
He uses it with the darkness fruit.
Okay, does he use it with his shoulder?
His hand most of the time uses his hand.
Okay, so it's only when he uses his hand. He has to fully grab the person with his entire hand. He did it to Boa. He did it to Ace. That's the only time he's been able to do it. And also, guess what? The only time he did Vortex and was able to take away the Gura is when the Gura and the Vortex were touching at the same time. So he has to have the Vortex already activated on his hand, which has to touch you anyway. Everybody thinks that he could just nullify devil fruit powers at will, when that's never been the case. If that was the case, he would have used the Yami on the shockwave that Sengoku did. Completely nullified it. If that was true, Magellan sending the Hydra at him, he would have just negated the Hydra from rip. But guess what? He didn't. Shall we go further? There's been multiple cases of Blackbeard's devil fruit work in a certain way, and people think to themselves that he could just do it by just putting the Vortex on his arm and all that. No, he has to do it with his hand. He has to touch you. The same way he grabbed Luffy in Impel Down. Grabbed him with his own hand. He just doesn't go, yo, Vortex, all of a sudden, I'm untouchable. Devil fruits can't hurt me. Flame javelins went through his heart.
Yeah, and Law got through him
He didn't
too.
stop it. Law's whole sword was through his chest. Sebastian, why he ain't just Vortex the sword?
Or grab the sword
yeah,
or
why
something.
he ain't grab the sword and just go, you know what? No more devil fruit. Canceled out. Why he ain't do that? Or better yet, he had the Gura clashing with him. Why didn't he just turn the Yami on in his hand and just cancel the attack out? Again, these are logical things that we're thinking about, right?
Yeah. If he did those things, then we're gonna say yeah.
Yeah,
but then
of course.
He did,
Yo, Blackbeard the man.
Exactly.
Yo,
He got it
Blackbeard
right
up there, bro.
Who could beat him? But no,
nobody, clearly. But every time we've seen him, he's always gotten hit.
Exactly. Blackbeard defeatable, bro. With his 2 billion.
He is defeatable. Not by Katakuri level people.
Yeah.
He had to prove that because he clearly didn't.
Okay. All right. Y'all good? Y'all got it out.
I told you we should have moved past this, bro.
I tried to.
We would have hit Discord calls by now.
I tried
now we
to.
got a million super chats.
Y'all kept yapping.
Hey Nakama, what's going on? This is Larry from That One Piece Talk. If you wish to become an official member of our channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so when we go live on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, you'll be able to catch us. And listen, don't be late to the party because we're always one fan question away from crashing out on each other. Much love, Nakama. Jana.